Malachi, thank you. Tonight, we are hearing from the mother of an 11-year-old boy who was attacked by a dog. She has filed a lawsuit against the Lawrence County and the city of Clinton. Ryan Anderson was attacked by 4 large dogs that rushed him as he walked to his bus stop in February 2024. The lawsuit claims city and county officials ignored complaints about the dogs before the attack. Anderson's mother spoke at a news conference this morning about her son's recovery.
It's awful, to see your baby like that, and then I have to lay there, sit there with him in the hospital every day, teach him how to walk again, skin grafts. That was a long process, but it's an even long process because we still living.
The suit also wants the city and county to adopt and fund a plan to improve animal control programs. Lawrence County says they do not comment on pending litigation. City of Clinton cited the same reason, but went on to say this, quote, "However, we want to ensure the public that the city takes all legal matters seriously and is committed to conducting its operations in a lawful, ethical, and transparent manner." 2 more high-profile Democrats plan to visit the upstate. Governor Andy Beshear will be in Greenville next Wednesday morning. Beshear's political strategist says he plans to speak at the 67th American Federation of Labor and Congress of Industrial Organizations Convention. That's at the AC Hotel. Afterwards, he will travel to the Low Country for the Georgetown County Democratic Dinner. He'll also make stops in Charleston. And Congressman Kana plans to hold a town hall in Greenville Sunday, July 20th. It is billed as the first annual Take Back Our Community voter registration, education, and empowerment rally. Kana will join other faith leaders at Mountain View Baptist Church. His team says he is going to travel to districts where Republicans have refused to hold in-person town halls. Representative William Timmons represents that district. Timmons has held virtual town halls, but he has been criticized for not holding in-person town halls. Kana also plans to visit Representative Nancy Mace's district in Goose Creek. Thanks for staying with us. We begin with this 7 News alert. Greenville County deputies say they're searching for a missing man. They say he suffers from dementia. Take a look at your screen. This is 87-year-old John Rollins. He was last seen today around 3 p.m. on North Highway 101 driving a burgundy 1994 Chevy pickup. Now, Rollins is 5'8" with white hair and a mustache. If you see him, please call 911 immediately.
The South Carolina Department of Education just announced that students soon will learn more about people who helped to shape our state. A new curriculum series is bringing more local history to class. 7 News' Caroline Yaffa tells you about the new series.
Here in Maysville, State Superintendent of Education Ellen Weaver just announced a new addition to the public school curriculum. Soon, your child may be learning more about certain influential state leaders.
It is so important that every single student in South Carolina have an understanding of the amazing men and women, the Palmetto pioneers who went before us, who have changed the world.
Superintendent Weaver shared a celebratory announcement for SCDE's new Palmetto Pioneer Series.
Greatness doesn't have to come from across the world, but oftentimes greatness is right in our backyard. And it helps us to be able to appreciate the imprint that she had, not just on Black history, but history as a whole.
It's part of the state's Palmetto Civics Project and aims to highlight figures like Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune, who is an educator and civil rights leader.
She was a little girl from the middle of nowhere in Maysville, South Carolina, and through the power of a great education, she went on to change the world for millions of young people.
This poster was designed to inspire students and will be distributed to schools statewide.
Our vision is for every single student in South Carolina to know her story and to be inspired by her story.
She was a trailblazer, and I believe it was because of her work that many of us are able to celebrate the way that we do in our respective roles today.
Weaver says the new lessons will begin this year for students in K-12 public schools. In Maysville, Caroline Yaffa, 7 News.
Weaver says this will be a great way for students to learn more about the state history, especially going into the 250th birthday of America.
5:12 is the time. Our zip trip continues here in Travelers Rest. It's also First Responder Friday, and you can know that they are ready for you when they bring the police chief out at this early in the morning. Chief Ben Ford is here from the Travelers Rest Police Department. First of all, thanks for waking up so early.
Absolutely, it's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure, I know, to work in this city. Tell me a little bit about your job and tell me about the interactions you have with your community.
You know, this is a great city. I grew up in this city. I love this city. It's a pleasure to work for this city. I don't see it as work every day. I see it as a pleasure to come to work and serve the citizens. A lot of citizens know me, know my officers. We get to know people on a first name basis, and we enjoy interacting with everyone in the community, trying to make the community as safe as we can.
I think you're doing a great job of it. You mentioned you grew up here, which is so cool that you get to have this job now.
Absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about what you've seen it change, because we were just talking a few minutes ago about how there's sort of like the big businesses that come in, but at the same time so much charm and individual businesses on Main Street.
Right, that's been a focus of City Council over the years, to keep that charm and that small town feel. So they've done an excellent job with the businesses that have come in and how the city has grown, but still maintain that charm. When I was in high school here many years ago, there were not many businesses here. So they've really revitalized this city, City Council has, and I give them a lot of credit for that.
That's terrific. Got a couple moments left. Just tell me a little bit about your department. Tell me about the number of personnel you have and the number of people that are out here helping to protect the
Absolutely.
city.
33 total employees, 25 sworn officers. We do have 8 reserve police officers. They volunteer their time to come help us. And they volunteer 20 hours a month, each one. So that's great. It's free labor, but they love doing it. They love serving the community too. So we utilize each and every employee to do the best in the community and the best way we can serve. Make this city the safest it can be.
Boy, we feel very safe here this morning. We also feel very welcome, as does everyone who comes to Travelers Rest.
Absolutely.
Chief Ben Ford with the Travelers Rest Police Department, thanks for being with us.
I enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Great to have you with us. Let's send it over to Christine.
As Attorney General Alan Wilson says, organized crime is occurring more than you think.
And that includes inside our state prisons, where he says it's happening with the help of these illegal cell phones. 7 News' Caroline Yaffa has details.
It's not a usual occurrence that South Carolina's 35th and 34th state grand jury issue a report. But this week they did, saying violent criminals are committing crimes from behind bars. And in one case, it led to life sentences, all coordinated from prison.
It ultimately occurred to us that we could no longer in good conscience send dangerous criminals to prison and tell the community that we had protected them when they were able to continue to run their criminal organizations as much as they ever did on the inside of prisons as they were on the outside.
DJ and Matt McCoy are 2 brothers who were already behind bars. Prosecutors say while serving time in South Carolina state prisons, the McCoys used contraband cell phones to run a meth trafficking operation.
They're poisoning our communities just the same as they did when they were out on the street. The only difference is they actually have a layer of protection, not necessarily from law enforcement, but from all of the other threats that come with living that type of lifestyle.
Investigators say more than 600 kilos of meth moved across the upstate, all orchestrated from inside prison walls. Prosecutors say the brothers even got tattoos that read family tradition, which they say is a celebration of their criminal past.
If anything needs to be underscored here, is that prison walls alone are not a barrier when inmates have access to cell phones. The McCoys weren't just participating, they were leading a massive narcotic network from behind bars.
They illustrate public corruption. They illustrate drug traffickers continuing to run drugs. They illustrate the amount of money that can be made by these inmates using contraband cell phones.
Now AG Wilson is calling on Congress and the FCC to let states block illegal cell service in prisons, something federal prisons can already do. In Columbia, Caroline Yaffa, 7 News.
To find more details on the case and the 2 others that AG Wilson mentioned in the news conference, you can check out our story. It's on WSPA.com.